Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're unpacking something huge. Sources are calling it maybe the most monumental event in blockchain history.
That's a big claim.
It is. We're talking about Aere network. So you'll want to mark your calendars, July 28th, 2025. That's the initial exchange offering on P2B.
Right, the IEO.
Exactly. Then the official listing hits August 28th. And after that, get ready for a global exchange blitz. Binance is leading the charge.
Well, Binance first. That's significant.
Absolutely. Followed by a whole wave, MEXC, LBank, BitMart, Gate, BingX, Lifty, EEX, Toobit, and the list goes on.
So a full court press on listings.
You got it. Our mission today, to really dig into why Aere is looking like it could fundamentally reshape everything in blockchain.
Right. And we've dug deep into the sources, the white paper, tech specs, the roadmaps. The goal is to pull out the core reasons why Aere is positioned, as they say, to rewrite the rules of excellence, to really dominate.
Dominate is the word. The material suggests they're aiming to make current leaders look like
old tech. Flip phones, maybe?
Huh?
Yeah.
Exactly. And the data seems compelling. We're talking, 273,000 plus transactions per second?
That's the headline number, yeah. Plus 0.1 second finality.
And military-grade security. Plus, this whole global resilience network concept, which sounds incredibly ambitious, empowering billions, unlocking trillions.
It's a huge vision.
So if we're shaking that magic ape...
So sharding basically divides the network load. Think of it like having multiple lanes on a highway instead of just one. Transactions get processed in parallel.
Got it. And rollups.
Rollups bundle lots of transactions together off-chain, then post a summary to the main chain. Cuts down the traffic significantly. State channels are more for direct peer-to-peer stuff off-chain.
And all that adds up to 0.1 second finality.
Yeah.
That's incredibly fast.
Exceptionally fast. Critical for anything needing real-time processing. Think finance, gaming, you name it.
Okay, speed is one thing, but what about security? And, getting the big players, the enterprises on board? Sources say it's military grade.
They do. The details point to serious encryption, plus things enterprises absolutely need, like built-in KYC/AML compliance.
Know your customer, anti-money laundering, standard stuff, but crucial.
Exactly. And LDAP integration. That lets big companies plug their existing identity systems right in, makes user management way easier and more secure for them.
LDAP. Okay, so it fits into their existing world.
Precisely. Add a 99.99% uptime guarantee, and the sources position it as the Fort Knox of crypto, truly enterprise-ready. They're saying Fortune 500s are already interested.
And it connects to other chains, too, right? It's not just its own little walled garden.
Not at all. Huge focus on cross-chain. It links reportedly over 15 networks, and the success rate is supposedly 99.2%.
How does it do that?
Mostly through atomic swaps, lets you trade coins directly between different blockchains. No middleman needed. It's all about seamless interoperability, connecting the whole crypto universe.
Okay, this sounds like a beast of a network built for serious utility. Let's talk tokenomics. How does the A token itself fit into this picture?
The tokenomics seem designed for scarcity and long-term value. There's a max supply, 2.8 billion AAR, and this is key, only 280 million are circulating at launch.
Only 10% at launch. What about the rest?
They come into play through a mining model. The sources compare it to Bitcoin's model, so controlled release, promoting scarcity over time.
Like Bitcoin. Okay. Any other mechanisms?
Yeah, having cycles like Bitcoin again, where mining rewards get cut periodically, and a fee-burning mechanism.
Burning fees, so taking tokens out of circulation permanently.
Exactly. All designed to potentially increase the token's value as the network grows and demand increases.
And crucially, this isn't just theory, right? There's actual use behind it.
That's what the sources heavily emphasize. Live production deployments, actual enterprise adoption already happening. It's presented as having real-world utility right now, underpinning its value. It's not just hype. It's about, aiming for world-changing impact. The outlook, based on all this, phenomenal.
Which brings us perfectly to that God-level ambition the sources talk about, the Global Resilience Network, the GRN. What is this exactly?
So the GRN is framed as this massive, decentralized platform. It's EVM-based, which is important.
EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine Compatible.
Right. That means developers who know Ethereum can jump right in, use familiar tools, big advantage, and its goal: to integrate 31 interconnected pillars addressing humanity's biggest crises.
31 pillars? Like what?
Everything from climate change to food security, healthcare, disaster relief, you name it. The vision is empowering over 6 billion users, unlocking potentially over $6 trillion in value.
Wow. Okay, that's huge. And the GRN has its own tech specs. It's not just running on the main Aere chain.
It seems to leverage the core Aere tech, but is designed for its specific purpose. We're talking 252,344 TPS for the GRN itself.
Still incredibly fast.
Same 0.1 second finality. And the fees are quoted as ultra low, like 0.000085 per transaction.
Practically nothing.
Yeah. Plus, it's built mobile first, integrates IoT, satellite data, AI, ZK proofs for privacy.
ZK proofs. Zero knowledge proofs. Good for privacy.
Exactly. Chainlink oracles for real-world data feeds, and even prep for quantum computing. Very forward-looking.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Pick one of those pillars. Climate adaptation, for example. How does the GRN actually do anything?
Good question. So, for climate adaptation, think smart contracts automatically releasing funds for, say, drought-resistant seeds when certain weather data triggers are met. That data could come from IoT sensors, maybe Cisco tech integrated in.
Okay, automated funding based on real data.
Right. Plus, tokenized carbon credits on the blockchain for transparent tracking of carbon removal efforts. AI models could predict floods or droughts, helping allocate resources better, the goal they state. Sequester 1.5 gigatons of CO2, save $250 billion for 2.5 billion people.
That's tangible impact. What about ecosystem restoration?
Similar idea, maybe biodiversity NFTs representing chunks of rainforest being protected or coral reefs being restored. IoT drones could monitor the progress. AI might help figure out the best ways to restore specific habitats, aiming to save, 600,000 species and unlock $1.2 trillion.
And disaster response.
Instant aid delivery. Imagine sensors detecting an earthquake, triggering smart contracts to send funds directly to verified victims or aid organizations in the affected area. AI predicts crisis hotspots, could reach 300 million people, save $250 billion.
It's using the tech for direct, real-world solutions. What about basics like water and food?
Yep. Water Security Pillar aims to provide clean water for 2.5 billion, maybe using tokenized credits to fund cleanup. IoT drones tracking ocean plastic removal, targeting 150 million tons.
Wow.
Food Security Pillar looks at feeding 1.5 billion through sustainable farming, using IoT soil sensors to optimize water and fertilizer use. The big idea is that GRN ties all these global challenges together, aligning with every UN Sustainable Development Goal. It's holistic.
So how does this stack up against competitors? You see other chains doing like carbon credits or specific things.
Right, but the key difference highlighted in the sources is that unified approach. Polygon might have carbon credits, Solana has speed. Those sources mention its energy use.
Yeah, 0.16 kilowatts per transaction, cited as a negative.
And Ethereum has, its high gas fees sometimes. Aere GRN, with its claimed low fees, 0.000007, high TPS, 252,344, is presented as this single integrated platform designed to tackle all 31 challenges. It aims to unify where others are more fragmented.
Makes sense. A comprehensive vision. Now, let's talk about the launchpad, P2B, this IEO on July 28th, 2025. That's the spark, right?
That's how it's framed. P2B is positioned as a strategic choice. It's got significant volume, reportedly $1.5 billion daily.
Top 10 for liquidity, too.
And a track record with its launchpad raised over $10 million for thousands of projects. Security seems solid, 2 good score, cold wallets, 2FA, the usuals.
And it's accessible for traders.
Seems so. Supports fiat deposits, which is always a plus, even with that fee they mention. And a good API for the algo traders. It looks like a solid stage for AE to make its debut before the bigger push. The listing there on August 28th is positioned as the initial explosion.
Okay, hold tight, listeners, because P2B is just Act 1. Act 2 is the global takeover, led by Binance.
Yeah, this is where things get really interesting for mass exposure. Binance is, Binance, #1 exchange, massive volume, $70 billion daily, 200 million users.
The kingmaker, basically.
Pretty much. A listing there is huge validation and opens the floodgates to global liquidity and traders.
And Aere isn't just stopping at Binance, is it? The plan is this. Blitz.
A strategic wave, yeah. The sources lay out a plan hitting major exchanges one after another. MEXC, great for altcoins. LBank, high growth potential. BitMart, known for being aggressive.
Gate.io, BingX.
Gate for liquidity, BingX for spot and futures, WEEX as a rising player, Toobit for dynamic trading. And they explicitly say, and more.
So carpet bombing the exchange landscape.
That's the idea. Maximum liquidity, maximum visibility, driving demand from every corner of the crypto world, making Aere a household name. My sources say yes, it's about total domination.
So let's bring this home for the listener. From an investment angle, why should someone pay attention? What's the core argument here?
Okay, two main things jump out from the sources. The tokenomics creating scarcity and the real-world utility driving genuine demand.
Unpack the scarcity part again.
Right, that fixed max supply, 2.8 billion AER, but only 280 million circulating initially. The rest, mined over time, like Bitcoin, that creates inherent scarcity from day one. Plus, the halving cycle is reducing future supply issuance, and the fee burns actively removing tokens from circulation. It's a multi-pronged approach designed to make the token potentially more valuable over time, assuming network adoption grows.
And it's not just scarcity for scarcity's sake. It's tied to that utility we discussed.
Exactly. The sources hammer this point. Live deployments, enterprise adoption now. It's not just a promise. And then there's the GRN, positioning AR as a first mover and combining blockchain with tackling massive global sustainability challenges across those 31 pillars. It's a unique angle.
So the market dynamics. P2B provides the launch liquidity, Binance and the others provide the global reach. The idea is AER tokens become incredibly sought after.
That's the projection. Demand from retail, whales, long-term holders, everyone wanting a piece. Which is why that July 28th IEO and August 28th listing are framed as such critical moments. Get in early or risk missing out, the 8-ball. It's absolutely clear on this. It is certain.
Okay, wrapping this up, the overall vision presented is AGR network as the new standard in excellence.
That's the core message. A revolution potentially bigger than crypto itself because of the global resilience network. Saving billions of people, restoring ecosystems, cleaning oceans, feeding the hungry, unlocking trillions in value. It's aiming way beyond just finance.
And doing it with that efficiency, those tiny fees, massive TPS, even looking ahead to quantum computing. It makes other approaches seem
fragmented, perhaps? Less holistic? The sources definitely position GRN's unified approach as superior to single-issue solutions on other chains.
And there's already a community building.
Apparently so. Active on X, active on Telegram. With live deployments and that mining model, it's presented as a done deal, not just a maybe. Solid foundations already laid.
So the final verdict from the Magic 8-Ball. Don't even think about missing this. Okay, actions for you, the listener. For the full deep dive, the sources point to mscr.network.
To join the community vibe, check x.com Mary Network and t.Mary Network.
And to gear up for the IEO, head to p2bpb.com. July 28th is the date. Then keep your eyes peeled for Binance and that whole exchange expansion.
You know, this deep dive really highlights a project aiming to be much more than just another blockchain. It wants to be a foundational layer for solving real global problems. The provocative thought for you, the listener, is, what are the real implications if a network can actually deliver on both bleeding-edge tech and tangible global impact at this scale? It forces you to rethink what blockchain can and maybe should be.
Aere isn't just pitching the future. The sources say it's happening now. Bigger than Bitcoin, bigger than Ethereum, bigger than any bull run because the scope is just vast. Get in on July 28th, or you might seriously regret it when Aere is dominating those exchange charts and maybe even the headlines for its GRN work.
Aere's the new standard in blockchain excellence. It's a paradigm shift. Understand it now.
Or get left behind. Simple as that.